So hindi pwede yung dadaanin sa, o di ba, mas magaling naman ako dyan. Pag tinanong ka, tingnan mo naman yung ginagawa mo. And then we spread the virus of negativity. Sometimes, para ma-promote ang ating sarili, sisiraan natin yung iba. Bato-bato sa langit, ang tamaan, magbagong buhay. Ano pa yung ating mga idols? Our attachments and emotional bonds. Minsan, alam mo namang walang anointing, pero sinusulong mo dahil kamag-anak mo o kaibigan mo o close kami dyan eh. Our areas of pride and selfishness and more, so much more. Another parallelism. Dapat kayo ang mainitan, dapat ako mainitan. Another parallelism, the Israelites developed a complaining heart. Ano ibig sabihin ng complaining heart? Always bickering and quarreling, allowing envy and jealousy to take a foothold into their lives, never content with what they have, being overtaken by pride and fear and complacency and lack of faith. They constantly grumbled, always believing they deserved more than what they got, comparing their situation as utterly inferior to the circumstances of others. We are no better than the Israelites. Next sa Europe, di ba? Let's go. Citizens constantly complain about the political leaders they put into office. Workers constantly complain against management. Children complain against their parents. And in our community, there is a constant complaining. Constant, never-ending complaining. Members complain against their servant leaders. Hindi naman marunong mag-handle ng household ang leader namin. Balugtod pa mag-English. At saka nakatapos ba ng college siya? Eh ako, honor student ako sa amin, sa Isla Puting Bato. At Diyos ko na hindi marunong pumili ng topic ng household leader namin. Sa totoo lang, mas magaling pa ako. Sinabi ko na sa servant leader kung ano ang tamang diskarte. Siyempre, alam ko, dahil galing ako sa Pinas, leader ako doon. Alam ko ang culture natin. Aba, ayaw mo namang sundin yung sinabi ko? Eh ako naman ay nagmamalasakit lamang. Tapos ako pa ngayon lumalabas na masama. Yung asawa ng household head ko, ayoko, mataray. Hindi ngumingiti, suplada. Yung household head ko naman, hindi kaya yung misis niya. Kung yung asawa niya, hindi niya kayang i-handle ang community pa kaya. Ako. Bato-bato sa langit. Ang sakit magsalita ng household head ko, nakaka-hurt ng feelings. Akala mo kung sino? Huwag siyang magmalaki sa akin, kilala ko siya. Alam ko ang mga kahinaan niya, huwag niya ako pilitin magsalita. Kilala niya ako, iba ako. Ano ba naman itong community na ito? Maglalaylo na lang ako. Sige nga, maglaylo ka. Dami na nga naglaylo eh. Sa totoo lang, mula nung ma-establish ang community na ito dito sa Madrid, mas marami na ang bilang ng naglaylo kaysa sa inyo ngayon dito. Tama ba yun? Talaga yun, nakutuwaan yun. Alam niyo mga kapatid, kung ganito tayo ng ganito, patay kang bata ka. Tayo rin ang bumubungkal sa sarili nating hukay. Tayo rin ang gumagawa ng ating ikamamatay bilang isang komunidad. Indeed, brothers and sisters, the death experiences we go through are our own doing. Our death-dealing ways are our own choices. At dito, God again powerfully manifests His everlasting unconditional love. What God said to the Israelites at that time, He too says to us now. His hope for the Israelites then is also His hope for us today. God did not give up on them. He too will never give up on us. He too will never give up on you. Please don't give up on each other. By God's grace and mercy, God never tires in extending His hand upon us, inviting us back to the fullness of life in Him. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 16, we read, "If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I enjoin on you today, loving Him and walking in His ways and keeping His commandments, statutes, and decrees, you will live." Here, we are given the instructions on how to return to God, how to retrace our steps back to how the Lord meant our life to be, how to live in accordance with the One who created us. Here we are told how to gain back the opportunity to claim fullness of the Lord's bounty in our individual lives, in the life of our community, and that in the life of our family and that of our community and the world in which we live. Isa-isahin natin yun. Number one, obedience to God means loving Him. Loving Him. Here we are told to love God. To love God is to love Him above all things. All things. Tatlong letra lang yan. A-L-L. Naintindihan nyo yan? All. Ano yung sabihin ng all? Lahat. Eh bakit may kinikip pa tayo? Ba't hindi pa natin maibigay lahat sa ating Panginoon? Immediately, this means two things. All things means we should not prioritize anything in our life over and above the Lord. He comes first. How do we do this? We do this by putting God in everything we are, everything we do, every aspect of our life. God should be in our personal life. God should be in our family. God should be in our work. God should be in our entertainment. God should be in our dreams. God should be in our everyday choices and decisions in all things. All things. It also means we should take away anything and everything in our life that is not compatible with God. Sometimes, it is God that we throw away when He is incompatible with the things in our life that we think we cannot live without. Pag may conflict, si God ang tinatapon. Obedience to God also means walking in His ways. Ano ibig sabihin nun? The ways of God, especially for us who have a living relationship with Him, are quite clear. And even when they are not clear in the beginning, God makes a way so that they become clear in time.